burns the central time. You can see the turn of the universe. It's a good pun.
Faces the flame.
Ha 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 ha! Ha 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 ha, Dr. Miglimo. Attention! Attention! And now we welcome to the grand trivia stage our great leader, our grand Aquarium Emperor, the trivia master of this age, the past age, the upcoming age, and ages unknown. Please welcome Grand Triviamaster Fluval. Oh, that was a bad noise. Sorry, Master. Let's try again. Fluval. Oh, that's not. We must find the noise to pay tribute to all 5 dimensions you hold in your control. Yes, the fake trumpet for Fluval.
Hello and welcome to Grand Trivia, the only trivia show in any dimension where the points do matter and losing will cost you everything. I'm Fluval, Grand Trivia Master of the Grand Aquarium Empire, and with me, as always, is Intern Consumption.
Hello, I am Intern Kristie, and I'm so excited to be here with all of you for this incredible Star Trek trivia!
Star Trek trivia.
We've already gotten started in the chat.
Yes, and you can
with
go
us
to
discovering the many reasons why these disgusting third-dimensional beings are not as great as Fluval.
No, but who is as great as me?
No,
Certainly not them.
No, certainly not
But
them.
you should go to crowd.live and enter the code WLEWW so you can be like, that time Spock bitch slapped Kirk across the table.
Yep.
And Ishi Birdman, attorney at law. And things from the Borg.
Things from the Borg.
Resistance to our trivia is futile.
What is this? Antedian? Antedian.
Antedian. Can you use it in a sentence?
Let's see. Oh, these are disgusting humanoid creatures. They are less ugly because they are not the ape type. No. But they are still humanoid.
They're vaguely... They're a
limbs.
mockery of me, if anything.
They are. They're only good for being less ugly as an intern because fine motor control. Only useful thing.
Exactly. And hello, Spocktoven, Rathala of Kanala, Wrath of Ishan. Wrath of Ishan.
Ooh.
Boibler walk run.
Ah.
Spoctatoes, beam me up, Flotty. Hello and welcome to our game of trivia. The dimensional veil is especially thick today, so let us
thick.
know
So
if
thick.
you're seeing any weird herky-jerky motion or anything like that in today's episode of Grand Trivia. And you know what? If you are, congratulations. You're listening to a podcast.
Ah, you fools! You
Yes,
fools!
it will just be the theater of the mind for the
Fools.
Star Trek trivia in that case.
They do look like the love child of you, Fluval, and Colin Mockery.
I mean, but if there was a third dimensional being who I was gonna have a love child with, I could do worse than Colin Mockery.
That is true.
Captain Hare himself.
Captain Hare. Yes. Fluval.
What?
I'm so excited to talk about Star Trek tonight.
I'm also very excited to talk about Star Trek, and
It's an incredible thing because that, of course, is what we have been working
Yeah.
with late-stage capitalism. Who will survive? We have been pushing the network for developing our storyline of the Earth, yes, the capitalism, transforming.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right. Star Trek Utopia across your planet, your dimension, and then we destroy all of you.
Yeah,
That's
then-
phaser fire. That's phaser
that is
fire.
phaser fire. This is not. That's
Yeah.
laser fire.
Exactly.
Yes, that's
exactly.
right. In commemoration of Wonka, the code is
Yep.
"We love every Willy Wonka," from Gene
do.
Wilder to Chalamet.
Chalamet.
And hello, the Federation, Starship Andrew, and Cadet Klon, who have
Cadet
joined our game of
Klon.
trivia. I think we've given them plenty of time to join, especially with our epic pre-show
Absolutely.
interlude. So why don't we get our game started? And I'm just going to warp straight to question 1. During renegotiation for Leonard Nimoy's contract for Star Trek Season 2, his agent asked for him to receive how much per episode? $2,500, $5,000, $6,900, or $9,000.
He was being paid in the first season $1,125.
Yes, which would be $7,913.
Yes. So he is negotiating for a jump. His previous contract, it was developed when Spock was supposed to just be a side character.
Yeah, he was just that guy who's also here.
But he launched to the star of the show. They were getting letters on letters on letters about how much the teens, the kids, the adults, they loved Mr. Spock.
Yeah, you could call him LL Cool Spock. 'Cause ladies love
could
cool
not
Spock.
Pick the nice answer.
Well, let's see who else picked it.
Vote
2 of you
from.
said 2,500. 2 of you said 5,000. 5 of you said 6,900. A mere 2 of you said 9,000. 9,000's correct, though.
It's literally, so he was they had just been, their budget had been cut by about half. They never made their budget in the first season. and it
No.
got cut. And Leonard Nimoy's agent come in, and Leonard too, he's like, I am the second star of this show. Like, I am very important to this show.
He
We
is.
know it because of the letter writing campaign.
Yeah, all this.
We
Also,
know
all
it
the
because of all
slash
the
fic
news.
zines.
And he got an Emmy nomination for the role.
Yeah, there's nothing funny about 9,000.
Nothing funny.
It would be funny
So-
if he was paid $1 over 9,000.
Right. So he's talking to his agent, and he's like, look, ask for 3,000 and we'll agree on 2,500. That's great. That's a little over double what he was making. Reasonable. His agent was like, nah, they're dependent on Spock. $9,000.
Well, that's what he asked for.
That is what the agent asked
Yeah.
for, which of course was absolutely insane. And they were like, fuck you. We're just going to hire another Vulcan. You're just a set of ears, which is not the case. Absolutely not the case. And yes, Blogtoven, that is literally shit that was happening.
Yeah.
So what they did
Everybody
is
should
they
like me.
got one of the Romulans that was in Balance of Terror, who kind of looks like Nimoy, Lawrence Montague, and they're like, okay, you're our new Spock. You're a new Vulcan. You're just another Vulcan on the bridge. If we don't get this set, you're replacing Nimoy. And they put him on a retainer so he couldn't work for like a month. The idea was either he would get to be the new guy or they would give him like a consolation role. And so he just sat around for a month thinking he was going to be the new Spock. Everyone was like, Gene was like, you're totally the new Spock. And then they worked it out with Spock because he is actually like extremely necessary for the plot. What he got was
This is Lawrence Montague over here.
He got his 2,500. He got merchandising rights so that he was making some of all of the fucking Spock toys they were selling. And
fucking Spock toys. Wow,
Yeah.
that's pretty inappropriate.
And he got to see the scripts and have input on how Spock was portrayed and the things about him. And as you can see in this picture of Lawrence Montague.
That was Nimoy. I closed the picture of Lawrence Montague.
Lawrence did get a consolation role. That's right. He got to be a Vulcan in a mock time when they go to Vulcan and Spock, needs to fuck.
That's right. He's in the Pon Farr
He
episode.
gets literally 2 lines of dialogue. He tried to back out because he's like, this is absolute bullshit. And Gene called him and was like, you're never going to work at Paramount again if you don't do this. So
But there he is on this card.
There
with
he
the prong.
is. There to pring.
To pring.
Arlene Martell, her outfit for that episode, the wires cut into her. She was like bleeding from her fucking outfit, but she like was too nervous to say anything about it. They are fuckboy lines. They are fuckboy lines.
And he is Ston.
Why shocker when you can Spocker? Spock fucks. That explains a lot of the fanfics. That is also why the letter writing campaign went so well, because there was already a really intense active zine culture of people writing slash fiction.
Kirk slash Spock primarily.
Kirk slash Spock. They're like, these men love each other and they are gay for each other. And so they wrote a bunch of fanfic and sent it all around America. So there was already a bunch of people who were ready to fight for Star Trek. Gay sex saved Star Trek. Why shocker when you can Spocker? Yeah. Isn't that the plot of Search for Spock that he fucks?
That's the plot of multiple Star Trek things.
Spock could do better.
Oh,
Spock
yeah.
could do better.
Well, better than Kirk, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but also better than T'Pring.
Much better. Yes, gay shot. They are on the Internet Archive, and it's
That's
really
true.
cool to see. I couldn't think of a good name. Fullaloof. I love that suffering. That's a beautiful reason to
Top
suffer.
shelf suffering, as we'll get to see on our leaderboard.
Yes.
We're only Live Long and Fuck and Wrath of Ishan.
Wrath of
earned
Ishan.
points. Everyone else is already in the negatives after question 1. So why don't we go warp factor question 2? True or false, Harlan Ellison, who once called the Star Trek producers, quote, the kings of mediocrity, also organized the letter writing campaign to get the show a second season. Is that true or is that false? And yes, it's yet another gif of the Spock eyebrow.
Yeah, so he has no hands, but he must write. He has no respect, and he must kvetch. Bones. Yeah.
Bones.
Bones.
How do you like him? How do you like him? Bones. Well, how do you like him?
There is a beautiful polycule, and there are a lot of episodes that really seem to cement this. Truly in a Mock Time, which is one of the best episodes, the first one of season 2. When Spock asks Kirk and McCoy to be his friends and stand alongside him in this like ridiculous Vulcan ritual, I cried. I shed a tear. I shed just a little tear because it was so sweet. Especially when he asked Bones, because they're like, they kvetch at each other. They like, they snark at each other, but they love each other.
Yeah, Bones just says a racism about a Vulcan, and then they're still friends.
Yeah. Yep, that eyebrow raise. It is
And yeah,
worth
Bones
that.
does try to have sex with a salt succubus in episode 1 of Star
Yep.
Trek.
Yep, he does.
And the best part of TOS Trek is the Bones Spock dynamic.
Most of that was written by Gene L. Kuhn, the main producer who started like halfway through season 1. He was basically ridiculed for having like really stereotypical sort of like broad comedy with tons of cliches. Like that was his deal. Like he really was like
Gene L. Kuhn's?
critiqued for that. Gene L. Kuhn,
Yeah.
by other people besides Harlan Ellison, who
Fascinating.
had something up his ass. I don't know. That's a great hat, Fluval.
This
That is a great hat.
Yes.
Let's see that hat big.
fascinating.
Fascinating. I love your ear.
He had
I love your hair.
something
I-
up his ass, and he must scream.
I love how my haircut is almost exactly.
We match. We're twins
This Spock
today, except
haircut,
I'm
If my
superior.
bangs were cut severely, I would have the Spock cut. I have like the pointed fucking sideburns like them. It's ridiculous. I had no idea. I thought that I was looking like that chicken ghost.
I mean, you're very ahead of the trend. Since it's in
Live
the-
long and suffer.
And yeah, I like that Things from the Void said they only know about Trek from Red Sharts and rap lyrics, and no one warned them about the Spock bangs.
Spock bangs. Spock fucks.
No, the hair bangs.
Oh, yeah. Look at those fucking bangs.
Yeah.
You can't believe it. The reason why, so you know how they put Chekhov in that weird wig?
Yeah, he's in a Beatles
He had
wig.
a Beatles wig. So at first, Sulu, like when he learned that there was going to be like a hot young person to be like next to him, he was like, my dudes, we just talked about how Sulu was going to have a bigger role. And now you're putting someone in that's going to share the role with me. And disrespect of disrespect, they had to share a dressing room. But as soon as he saw Walter Koenig put on the wig, he felt so sorry for him that he was really nice to him and they became friends. He was like, oh, that poor guy. He looks like such a doofus.
He looks like very much. I mean,
Yes.
you know, yeah, he looks. Google Chekhov
Ooh,
as we
going in-
see what everyone picked.
The pointing surgery. I love that.
All of you said true, and all of you are in fact correct. It is true. Harlan Ellison both organized the campaign to get it renewed, and well, not organized, but the letter writing
did.
part. You organized the letter writing campaign to get it a second season, and also called the producers the Kings of Mediocrity.
And a lot of other ruder shit.
Lot of other ruder stuff. He also wrote "I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream."
So basically, like, he was super tight with the Star Trek people. He fucking loved them. When they first started, he was one of the first people who got a story assignment, right? And it took him like months to write this shit because he is incorrigible. Finally, he got like an office on set and was known to play his records so loud that people couldn't do fucking ratings. Like they couldn't hear each other over the phones. And they would go and like break into the office and he wouldn't be there. He'd be on fucking set fucking around. Like not doing like the thing writers are supposed to do, which is like watch and like absorb like what the deal is so they can write better. No, he was just fucking around. And he had just at that point been given back his script of he had written 2 drafts, then they gave it to the story editor who did some like edits on it. And then Gene like went back to Harlan and was like, please fix it. Please write another
fix
draft.
it.
And also help me. NBC is gunning for me. And Harlan loves a fight. If he can like decide that 2 people hate each other, like NBC and Gene, he's like, yes, I'm in. I'm gonna be the biggest piece of shit here. So he got all of the sci-fi writers together who were writing for Star Trek and just his friends, and they took all of the forms, the emails and shit from the sci-fi conventions they'd been to and writers lists and magazines, and they wrote like all these fucking like Robert Bloch, like all these big ass authors wrote letters to send to all these people from sci-fi stuff being like, NBC's gunning for Star Trek. Please write letters. Write letters to the network. And they wrote a fuck ton of letters. And that is part of the thing, part of what saves Star Trek. A small part.
Yeah, not the whole.
But what it did was show NBC how important Spock was to the series and how important Leonard Nimoy was and how important Uhura was. She was the one who got, it was like Spock got the most letters, Kirk got the next, and then it was Uhura. She was number 3. People writing in, loving her. And they, like, did not make giving her fan mail a priority. Like, someone lower on the totem pole had to be like...
How dare you, NBC?
Yeah! They had to be like, hey, there's a room that is bursting full of letters for you. Fucking A. And that's the thing. Like, NBC wants to be like, ooh, we were putting, like, all sorts of diversity into our shows. It was a priority for our network. Also to make off-the-record calls to your shows when they're, like, getting, like, too integrated. You know? There's also, like, all the other bullshit they pulled. Fuck them! But, yeah, Harlan Ellison was the one who did that. And that was when... And it was literally like 3 months later when he saw that Gene L. Kuhn had rewritten his script because it was unfucking producible. It literally was. This dude knew jack shit about production and had no, like...
Thank you, Blocktoven.
...desire. He's a fool. He's like this. He's running around being like, oh, there's 5 crowd scenes in my script wherein... multiple individuals in each crowd scene need to do specific actions. Oh, and it's all in period dress with period cars. That won't cost a thing!
I mean, clearly you just have to go back in time so you have all the clothes easily accessible.
Fucking right. Fucking right. Just get their ideas and, like, let someone else write it.
Just let DC Fontana fix their ideas.
It, to be perfectly honest. She, like Gene Roddenberry, did not want her name to be on a lot of the scripts, a lot of the episodes, because I think she agreed with him on the one hand that having the names of sci-fi authors be like the main thing did help the show. But also, like, she was just a really legit person,
yeah.
I think. And when she would do rewrites, she would be like, well, like, she changed more than 50% of the script, but she's like, well, it was mostly restructuring and dialogue. All the ideas were, you know, so-and-so's, like, in A Mock Time, it was Theodore Sturgeon. She's like, well, all the ideas were him, so, like, you know, it's basically his story. I just changed all of it so that we could produce it.
But it's still...
Which is really, like, stand-up of her to be like, that wasn't my idea. Like, the ideas are the valuable thing. That's what the author gave us. I was just making it workable for TV because she was a brilliant fucking TV writer. She understood production.
And again, I mean, there's a reason she made it to...
Yeah. It's
TNG.
the reason that she came back to TNG.
Yeah. And then she left TNG because Gene...
Because she had too much integrity.
And had dealt with too much Gene.
Too much Gene.
But now, let's see... Everyone got it right. Let's go to leaderboard. Who got it right the fastest? Live long. And what? Fuck. In first place, Wrath of Ishan in second. Fool Rengi. Look, you missed the first question, but you're already in third place.
That's a good one.
With Beam Me Up Flotty in fourth and Boimler Walk Run.
Boimler Walk Run.
In fifth place.
I can't get over, though, that time Spock bitch slapped Kirk over
That's such a good
table.
name. I think that must be Missy, right?
That time... it was great.
He and Kirk over a table.
Yeah, he and Shatner worked out that bit themselves. He was like, be hero, be a big man. What if you, like, did a dive over that table? And he's like, yeah, I totally will. And they worked it out together. A lot of the fun Kirk and Spock, like physical things or like fight moves that they would do was just like Shatner and Nimoy, like just figuring out fun things that they could do.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. Shatner, like, of course they had stuntmen.
Right.
But Shatner did a lot of his own stunts.
Yeah, and you can tell when they didn't because it's a fight scene shot from above and no one is the actor anymore.
So it's all Eddie Paskey.
Yeah, all Eddie. Good old Eddie Paskey.
Mm-hmm.
Well, why don't we... speaking of Star Trek, here's question 3. Which children's TV icon wrote an episode of Star Trek, the original series? Was that Fred Rogers, Jay Ward, Marty Krofft, or Sherry Lewis?
Fluval, do you know what episode that's from? I don't, and I want to know.
No.
Isn't it wonderful?
It's a great gif.
It's a great gif. Shatner really, he did hold the show together.
Oh, yeah.
And he was an incredible performer.
Yeah.
He really was. But he was a fucking creep.
Wait, fuck, I clicked the wrong one, says Missy information. And, in fact, Missy did and has lost all her points.
Yes! Suffer!
Live long and suffer. Yeah, Missy, you are the one who discovered this live on a show.
Yes!
But, you got it wrong. Let's see what everyone picked. 4 said Fred Rogers. None said Jay Ward. 4 said Marty Krofft. 2 said Sherry Lewis. The correct answer, as Missy knows, is Sherry Lewis, the creator of Lamb Chop. She wrote the episode The Lights of Zetar with her husband, Jeremy Tarcher. The episode features the Federation's Central Library Memory Alpha, which is the namesake of the Star Trek fan wiki. And she, over the course of her career, won 12 Emmy Awards and a Peabody Award.
Ooh. Wow. I like how she was famous enough that it was she and her husband.
Yeah. Well, no, we just wrote it that
than
way.
Her husband.
Wikipedia
and
has
wife.
it. I mean, but also she is by far more famous. And,
Yeah.
she's so famous that both she and Lamb Chop testified before Congress at one point. Independently in separate sessions.
I love that. Just a reminder that many authors actually worked with their partners, their spouse, and that spouse never got any credit. John D.F. Black, who was the first story editor for Star Trek, worked basically as a pair with his wife Mary. But she wasn't on the payroll. She was also legit.
But they're both legit.
Yeah, but they didn't. They also didn't.
This is the 5-year mission that never ends. It goes on and on, my friends. Some people started singing it and wondered what it was.
Do you know why it's 5 years?
I do, but you can tell everyone.
So they figured that over 5 years, they'd make about 130 episodes, which is the amount that you need to have a good syndication package.
Yeah.
So he's like, what if I say it's 5 years? Then we can trick them into making it long enough that it can get into syndication so we can all make more money.
Now, what's funny, of course,
legit.
is it didn't make it 5 years.
Not at all.
It made it 3 seasons and then some movies.
And then some movies.
But you know where I think we can make it?
Where?
The leaderboard, where Live Long and Fuck is in first. The Federation Starship Andrew in second. Rathala of Kanala in third, above Wrath of Ashan. Boimler Walk Run in fifth. You're right. The 2 years, they finished the 5-year mission.
That's true.
Cartoon.
In the cartoon.
Full Rengi in sixth.
Still highly
Beam Me Up
syndicated.
Flotty in seventh. Things from the Borg in eighth. Spocktoven in ninth. Spocktatoes in 10th.
Spocktoven.
I like that the people with
Spocktatoes.
similar names are clustered after that question.
Right?
Well, let's see if it continues
That time Spock bitch slapped Kirk.
with question number 4. Spock's iconic Live Long and Prosper gesture debuted in which episode? Amok Time, Arena, Let That Be Your Last Battlefield, or Who Mourns for Adonais?
Yeah.
I know you know the answer to this one, intern Cardassian.
Thank you so much. I'm Intern Kristie. Thank
You're welcome,
you so much.
intern Constitution class starship.
I do love it, but what I also love is I don't remember what Let That Be Your Last Battlefield is.
So there's a battlefield, right?
Yeah.
And that should be your last one.
I just love the names
Oh,
of
well, don't give any away because there's a question later about them.
Oh, okay. About Let That Be Your Last Battlefield?
No, about episode names.
Oh, okay. I just love the names.
Yeah, these are all great names. Now let's see what you picked.
Oh, I know that one.
This episode came up earlier because it was Amok Time, the
It's
Pon
Amok
Far
Time!
episode. It's Amok Time Arena. 3 said Amok Time, 3 said Arena, 2 said Let That Be Your Last Battlefield, 3 said Who Mourns for Adonais. But yes, the correct answer is this season 2 episode that, as you mentioned, sees Spock go into heat and return to his planet Vulcan to complete a mating ritual. It's the only episode of the original series to show Vulcan.
Mm-hmm. And that's where they put that lady who played T'Pring. I feel so bad calling her that lady. They put her in an outfit that actually cut into her, and it made her look bad too. She was like, "I'm hot," and it makes me look pregnant. What the fuck?
Oh, you mean
crazy? It wasn't in the first season. True.
Arlene Martell.
Arlene Martell, yes. She was great. She actually tried out. She was going to be cast, or like she came in to read for an earlier character in Catspaw because it was filmed before Amok Time, even though Amok Time came out first. And they're like, save her. No, save her. And she was like, are you giving me a fucking job or not? And so later they're like, we want you to be T'Pring. We want you to be this Vulcan lady. Complete opposite of the brisk Brack. That's true. That's true. Missy knows. Missy knows how long I can fucking go.
Yeah, no, we're not doing a brisk Brack tonight.
Vulcan is played by a museum in Toronto.
Yeah.
Very cool. The original Vulcan for that episode, they built it on like stage 10. Roddenberry was like, should we go to the desert? Should we like go to the Mojave or something?
Not again, Gene.
Yeah, and all of like the director, the lighting guy, Finnerman, who did the lighting design for all of like the skies and stuff, was like, fuck no! I am not trying to evenly light another outdoor fucking area when the entire fucking show is outside in this area. We know how hard Arena was.
They do.
They don't. They don't build silly sets anymore, and it's foolish.
Oh, yeah, we can.
Yeah.
There we go. And I didn't even have to cheat by using red matter.
Oh, that's cool. You lived by Vasquez Rocks. That is where they filmed most of the outdoor shit.
Remember, does anyone remember red matter?
No.
The thing that they use in the movie to destroy Vulcan?
Oh, yeah!
Or that, like, is the core MacGuffin of the J.J. Abrams Star Trek movie?
Yeah. Ooh, let's destroy the Mojave. The
Yeah,
Mojave
that's right.
world, or just
No,
the whole world that it's on?
It formed the black hole that made the time travel possible, and is why a TNG Romulan was in the TOS era and caused the Kelvin timeline fracture.
Juice. I forgot that happened. Me fucking too.
Red matter. Is this thing on? Red matter. Red matter, folks. Folks,
Thanks,
remember red
JJ.
matter.
Thanks. Hail Caesar was so good.
Hail Caesar was so good, as is our what? Our what? Our leaderboard, where Live Long and Fucks is in first.
Fuck.
Wrath of Ishan in second. The Federation Starship Andrew in third, of course. Followed by Boimler Walk Run, the last person with positive points. As Spocktoven, Rathala of Kanala.
Spocktoven in
Beam Me Up
fifth
Flotty,
place.
Fool Rengi, Things from the Borg. Spock Tatos, Cadet Klon, and that time Spock bitch slapped Kirk across the table all have negative points. As we go to question number.
To be fair, though, naming your villain Nero is a very
Well, and the Romulans
TOS
are
thing
very
to do.
Roman. They're very Roman too.
They are. They're literally Roman names. They didn't pick
Yeah.
Nero, but that's pretty
Yeah.
on point.
Yeah.
But
As is question
the rest of it was
number
bullshit.
5. Which of these is a real example of Star Trek TOS merch? Spock helmet, the Star Trek metal detection probe, the Star Trek inner space communicator, or the Star Trekulator?
The Star
pick
Trekulator.
the real example of merch for Star Trek, the original series.
See, we do know that Leonard Nimoy got a cut of stuff. He didn't have any say.
No.
But also the toy companies were responsible for multiple, like, shots of shuttles and the Enterprise.
Like they used toys to do
They
it?
literally used toys.
That's cool.
Toys were made, they were merchandised, and they're like, fuck, we need different models of the fucking Enterprise, and they cost so much. There is literally a toy of it in the supermarket.
Oh, so they were
went and bought it.
literally they were literally the toys on shelves.
They
that
were
used.
literally the toys on shelves. One toy was damaged in production, and they got that, and it had like a fucked up back, so they made that like a fucked up ship.
That's cool.
And they were able to shoot it in space. Like, literally, it was so cool. They were like using toys to go around. This is like, it's like George Lucas, 10 years before George Lucas was old enough to do it.
I agree, Nick dances. It definitely sounds
It's
like
super
smart budgeting.
budgeting.
Well,
That, yes.
let's see what you picked. 2 of you said Spock helmet. 1 said the Star Trek metal detection probe.
Ooh.
Easy to say. 7 of you said the Star Trek interspace communicator, and 2 of you said the Star Trekulator. And the correct answer is all of them. And you better believe we're gonna look at this great iconic merch.
That's
Here's the Spock helmet.
right. Look at that
Featuring
Spock helmet.
flashing light with pulsing sonic sound, adjustable solar visor, telescoping antennas, adjustable snap-on chin strap, safety inner liner, stick-on name labels, stick-on numbers. It's the official Star Trek helmet, Space Fun helmet.
Oh, yeah. I remember Spock wearing that. Yeah, when he goes into heat.
It was made canon on Lower Decks. It has appeared in Lower Decks, though.
It's like, who was like this? This we will make Star Trek.
This feels like some other sci-fi thing failed to actually get released.
It looks like
And they were like, shoot, this is, I guess, Star Trek, you get this.
it looks like something in Futurama.
It does look like it looks a lot like the Futurama cop helmets.
Yeah.
I wonder if the Futurama cop helmets are inspired by this.
A Spock. All Spock cops are bastards.
Right, yeah, that feels very much like a toy they already had
Yeah.
in production.
And
Well, and the
just-
fact that it
And
they
then it's the name Spock.
well, they didn't even put the sticker on. It comes with stick-on name labels.
Wait, so nothing was on it?
That's what it
And
looks
that
like.
child just put the word Spock on it? Is what they're implying?
Yeah, they're implying it came with multiple labels.
And that to have a fun playtime, a child would put the name and the character that they want to
like.
portray on
Yeah.
the helmet. Wow.
People have photoshopped Spock in it, of course, but there
Nice
are
try,
no.
haters. The red alert via cranial neural link. That's right. That's right. Nice try, haters. Someone make millions on the Star Trek helmet.
Maybe they also made millions on the
Ooh.
Star Trek metal detection probe. It was just a Star Trek metal detector that had the Federation logo on it and let you explore parks, playgrounds, vacant lots, solid-state circuitry, positive tuner control, waterproof search coil, earphone. Official Star Trek insignia on case and coil uses a 9-volt battery, not included. This one's not as fun. It's just actual.
Isn't it interesting, though, that to portray Star Trek,
Yeah.
they put a picture of Spock?
Yeah, Spock is being used as the icon of Star Trek so much
Yeah.
more than Kirk, but they are both on the Star Trek interspace communicator.
Hey, Mom, can I explore the vacant lot? Only if you wear your Spock helmet, honey.
Look at this one.
Ooh, okay. All right, so we got...
So that Kirk can whisper
Walkie-talkies?
sweet nothings in Spock's ear, no matter where he is.
in those pointed...
That's true.
Exactly, and that's why Gene Roddenberry is a fool, but that also shows the strength of Leonard Nimoy as a performer.
Indeed.
Because they could have just replaced him with another set of ears. That would be as iconic in terms of just imagery. Like, Lawrence Montague looked just like him.
I mean, imagine
He'd
if they
be
had
in the
replaced him
fucking
with
ears.
these set of ears.
But Leonard Nimoy brought so much life to that character because he's an incredible performer that you cannot separate him from the character to the point where he was still playing Spock up until the fucking day he died.
Yeah, long after Shatner had stopped playing Kirk, despite his desperate attempts to come back as Kirk.
Yeah, it is wild that those are all real.
It looks
the
like
Martin
it is.
Short inner space communication.
No, Void. It looks like it is the tin can string trick.
Yep, I think it is because there's a string right there. Actually, Spock
That's
is
true.
half specific alien.
That's true. He's half
Very
human.
True. Very true. His human half. What about his human half?
So,
what about it?
What about the Star Trekulator?
Oh.
Again, though, they use Spock, which, I mean, it's a calculator, though. Of course they use Spock.
I like that he's, like, sitting on a planet, like,
glaring.
Calculating.
He's calculating angrily.
It also looks like it's, like, making a mind link with him, but it's also, like, the shit coming out of the nacelles from the thing. Teachers hate this one simple trick.
I also like that it's literally just a calculator with Star Trek stickers on it. Mm-hmm. And a flashing screen of the Enterprise bridge, which looks like it's just a flashing light with stickers on it.
I kind of love that.
The illustration of the screen on the illustration of the calculator does not match the actual sticker.
No?
Because they realized they should include Uhura.
Well, yeah. Those are the 3 people who got the most fan mail.
I know, but look at this one right here. It looks like it's like 4 rectangles with one face in each one. Versus up here, it's the whole bridge scene.
Imagine getting this for Christmas. Oh my god, the Star Trekulator! Mom, how did you know? It's from Santa, honey. Oh my god!
And this one's from 1976.
Wow.
So they were doing Star Trek stuff
long time after Star
in
Trek.
the period where Star Trek wasn't on the air anymore and the movies hadn't happened. They were still doing Star Trek toys because of the reruns.
And a lot of people had investment in the toys. They
That's
still
true.
got money for the merchandising.
Trekulating's so hard
This
right
one was
now.
invented by a writer.
Well, why don't we trekulate to the leaderboard?
Yeah. Put it out there. She walks in. Oh, yeah, that's my Star Trekulator. Yeah.
Live long
I
and
just have one
fuck in
around.
first place. Wrath of Ishan in second. The Federation Starship Andrew in third. Boimler Walk Run in fourth. Spocktoven in fifth. Nick D in sixth. Rathala of Kanala in seventh. Fool Rengi in eighth. Beam Me Up Flotty in ninth. Things from the Borg in 10th. That time Spock bitch slapped Kirk across the table in 11th. Spock-tatoes in 12th. And of course, Cadet Klon in 13th.
Imagine like trying to tap the Star Trekulator.
Yeah, it should all adding machines should now be the Trekulator.
Oh my god, I'm obsessed.
But that was question 5. That was question 5.
Oh, that means it's time for our wacky ticket reunification It's time for the wacky ticket reunification game. Everyone get your bright yellow tickets. Your little raffle tickets.
They're not
for this.
raffle.
Not a
Please
raffle.
don't call them raffle tickets.
Not a raffle. I'm not looking for those. You're a spoil sport blog. What's suffering? What's suffering? Finally got your tickets full, Loof. Hell yes.
Seems like a lot of things got delivered this week.
That would be fucking amazing. Tip prong and
Oh, a
suffer.
Trekulator MIDI controller would be. It's not one.
Our first ticket. 396935. 396935.
396935.
Our next ticket is Trekulator is $130.
That's both a lot and not as much as I would have expected.
Pretend it's not a raffle. I love that.
It's not.
396716. 396716.
Oh, I'm not showing it.
Now, 396724. 396630. 1B1! 1BS 136! Hell yeah, 1B!
Wait, has which one?
136.
Which was that one?
396716.
Oh, you were saying 136 is
Never
what
mind.
they had.
It's this one.
Okay.
Yay! Your tickets will be reunited.
Your tickets will be reunited.
Okay.
And won't it feel so good?
Pull one off.
Which is honestly my problem with this.
Our final ticket poll of the night. 396953. 396953.
Now that's a point though.
Are you
People
out?
say
630.
Oh.
630. 396630. One. Yes. Void.
People say
Void
reunited
one.
and it feels so good, but we don't want them to feel good.
No, they're suffering. They're from toxic family dynamics.
Okay,
And
good.
we're
As long as
forcing
they're
them
suffering.
back together. All right, 3-0 is void. 2 winners! My reunited tickets are touching. Aw.
2 tickets can now touch.
2 tickets can touch.
There are 2
I'm
tickets.
suffering. I hope that helps. It does.
Good.
It absolutely
I'm glad
does,
you're
Nick
suffering, Nick
Dances.
Dances. It means a lot.
Only Peaches and or Herb said that. Reunited and it sucks so bad.
I heard Peaches coming to can.
Reunited. They touch now. They touch now.
They touch now.
And back to trivia.
Back to trivia with question number 6. Which of these is not a Star Trek video game?
Ooh.
Elite Force 2, Kobayashi Naru, Starship Creator Warp 2, or the Promethean Prophecy. 3 of these are Star Trek games.
Star Trek.
3 of these are Star
games.
Trek
Ooh.
games. One of them is not. And thank you for the sub, Nick Dances.
Thank you so much. Welcome. We're so excited to consume your suffering. We're so pleased. Dr. President came to comfort/sneeze on me. Aw, Dr.
That's
President,
true.
of course, is a studio cat. My phone died. You may need a studio cat to help you with
One
that.
of these is a Star Trek game.
Ooh, one of them is a trick. Oh, you found your tickets, blog.
None of you said Elite
Did you
Force
win?
2. 9 of you said Kobayashi Naru. 1 of you said Starship Creator Warp 2. 2 of you said the Promethean Prophecy. The correct answer is Kobayashi Naru.
Look, both of there's
Yeah.
a Jinx.
Jinx, one of you owns. So Kobayashi Naru is a game unrelated to Star Trek beyond shamelessly ripping off the name. It challenges viewers to a series of tests that can help them achieve immortality. Star Trek Elite Force 2 is a FPS set on the Enterprise E in the Alpha Quadrant, which is a sequel to Elite Force, which is mostly tied into Voyager. Exactly.
Naruto.
Kobayashi Maru is the name of the test, but the game was Naru. Star Trek The Promethean Prophecy is a 1986 Star Trek text adventure game, and Star Trek Starship Creator Warp 2 is a 2000 PC game that lets users
Can I
create
get
their own
my
Star Trek
points
ships
back?
and send them on missions.
Never.
No, the game is called Kobayashi Naru.
Yeah.
It is not a typo.
I've used this as an example before, and I had to explain it to a group of normals.
I think you probably had Starship Creator Warp 2, Missy. That feels the most like your sort of gameplay.
Yep. You were right, Fluv. I mean, you're always right, but you chose to let everyone know the correct answer this
Yeah.
time. I really gotta go to bed. Stream long and suffer. We're
Stream
so
long
excited
and suffer.
for you to suffer missing out on the second half of this very long Star Trek night. Enjoy your suffering, potatoes.
Enjoy your suffering, potatoes.
Potatoes.
This is Kobayashi Naru. Naru.
Naru.
So you want to be immortal. As it happens, there are a few vacancies at present, so you could be in luck. Take the Kobayashi Naru. And
Is
the
this about
job.
Star Trek?
No, this is the one that's not Star Trek.
Oh.
They just stole the name and used it for something completely unrelated.
Wow. Fuck me. Nick dances. Nick dances. You're suffering.
Especially
so
delicious
tasty-ass.
suffering, yes.
So delicious. So delicious.
That's what we
That's
call
the sound of your suffering
Fluval
to us. Yum.
being a little tricksy.
He's a little trickster.
Let's go to the leaderboard. Where Live Long and Fuck is in first. Wrath of Ishan in second. Boimler Walk Run in third. The Federation Starship Andrew in fourth
Neither can I.
place. And of course, in fifth, it's the Wrath of Kanala.
I'm really happy that Spocktoven is
yeah.
suffering so terribly.
Oh, yeah.
Because we know that
Oh, and now
Spocktoven
there's
thought they would
Spocktuven.
win.
Now there's Spocktuven, too. Because their phone died.
Their phone died.
They
Oh,
could-
what suffering! What beautiful
What's suffering? Because they could still win.
What beautiful suffering! But I love that. I love that
Yeah.
moment of panic.
No, yeah, I love the panic. I love the suffering.
Am I gonna lose not just because I'm a lowly third-dimensional being who cannot hold an encyclopedia in my mind?
Long
like
live
Fluval?
Tuvix, says Nick Dances.
Long live Tuvix. Tuvix is dead. Long live the Tuvix.
Why don't we now go to question 7 of 9? Drag these movies in numerical order. It's all
Do
the
it.
TOS movies. Drag them into numerical order.
Have fun.
Have fun with this. Seen here is Scotty from one of them. Who I think deserves his reputation as a miracle worker. I mean, if he can make transparent aluminum, what can't he do?
Right.
Missy says that they nailed
Nailed
it.
it.
Easiest question ever, says Blogtoven. Well, 67% of answers, or 75% of answers are correct right now.
When I looked at it, this question, they were in the correct order, and like my brain broke. I was like, "What's wrong with this order?"
Suffering
had to
on
turn
phone
the
with this for some
computer.
folks.
Yes.
Suffer. But why are they
Yum,
suffering?
Yum 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 yum.
What is the cause of their suffering? Is it that
It's
you can't?
us.
No, I know, but how? What specifically have we inflicted on them?
I think the panic and difficulty
I
of
see.
doing
Okay.
it on a mobile
good,
device.
good.
Feeling stupid that they didn't choose
Oh,
like
it's just
the
that it's hard to
computer.
do on the phone. Yeah, I mean,
Sometimes like their phones
Well, and-
like will mess up with it.
this isn't our
'Cause of
first
crowd purr?
one. This isn't our first like move into order question.
Yeah, phone is impossible. You don't even know if it's going to be like
Yeah.
laid out correctly.
So
Like,
true.
this suffering. Delicious. Tasty, tasty. I know most of them by number, but might have swapped the last couple. That's another part of the suffering.
Yeah.
They know the answer, but it's difficult to do, so
Yep.
they might have messed up. I love that.
Well, there was a
Drag
reason
is
it was really
tough.
bad with Doctor Who because you had to drag every doctor into order,
Which is a lot.
which is more than 15. But I think we only had the 15.
I wonder if there will be a next.
Oh
gen
yeah, and you
question.
can't scroll an episode.
Yeah.
No, there should be, but no. No, there
part
absolutely
of the
should be,
suffering.
but no.
It's part of the suffering. It's
So here's
delicious.
the top answer is Motion Picture, Wrath of Khan, Search for Spock, Voyage Home, Final Frontier, and Undiscovered Country.
correct.
And that is correct. Half of you got it right. So there's a lot of talk about it's the easiest question
Damn
ever.
it! Swap the last two. The universe's most chaotic trivia.
It sure is. And you know what's also chaotic? The leaderboard, where Live Long and Fuck holding on to first place, Wrath of Ishan in second, Rathala of Kanala in third, Boimler Walk Run in fourth, and Spocktoven in fifth.
Absolutely.
That would be
King
great.
Von.
It's a Patreon series for Blank Check with Griffin and David. But yeah, these are all the movies that focused on the Enterprise crew after the Undiscovered Country. The TNG crew took center stage in Star Trek Generations.
I love this suffering. Got it right. being marked wrong. Nothing that they can do about it.
Oh.
Such suffering!
And Nick Dances said it looked like ours, but it said wrong. Huh.
Such suffering!
Such suffering as we go to question number 8.
Uncontrollable counter.
Which of these is not an episode of Star Trek, the original series? And the children shall lead, for the world is hollow and I have touched the sky. Operation Annihilate. Or the ultimate computer. Oh, they show you the correct answer order after. Okay, so at the end they show you the correct order, not what you put.
Oh.
And you have to hit submit. So there's multiple steps there.
There's
So
a lot of steps in that. That's
look,
a
bureaucracy has been making people suffer since at least to Kafka.
It is one of my favorite
Please, Nick
things.
Dances. We're not blaming them. We're crediting them.
Oh yeah, no, we
We're
love
crediting
this
Crowdper.
suffering.
Suffer-
Thank you, Crowdper. for
Generating
creating-
suffering is the whole point of this show.
Yes, we own the intellectual property, all
Yeah.
of the suffering that happens with this show. Crowdper only increases that suffering. Yum yum yum.
Yum, 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 yum.
I did hit submit. It showed me mine, and then it changed to the same order.
Good.
Love that. Intern Chaos and Fluval, thank you so much. I'm Intern Kristie. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Suffering powers the ship in the 5th dimension, yes.
Absolutely.
Oh, did everyone notice my San Francisco shirt?
Oh,
San
yeah.
Francisco, the future site of the Star Trek Academy.
Yeah, that's where the Federation will be, right there in
I
San
like
Francisco.
how the multiverse is just erasing the tower, the dick tower,
Yeah, it's
the Salesforce
yeah.
dick. It's just being erased by the multiverse. It's so heinous.
Well, because it's not there. Something happens to it before Star
Yeah.
Trek,
Yeah.
like before the Federation's
I
there.
won 1 week because of
yeah.
a glitch.
Yeah.
Love that
Sometimes,
suffering.
Crowdper giveth and Crowdper taketh away.
James T. Kirk, famous Iowan.
Okay,
Could be
0 of
anything.
you said, and the children should lead. 3 of you said, for the world is hollow and I have touched the sky. 5 of you said, Operation Annihilate. 3 of you said, the ultimate, the computer. The correct answer is, they're all real
They
episodes.
are all episodes. Fuck you. Talk about suffering. It's a nut. This is horse shit.
Well, I mean,
Yeah, you all guessed wrong hella
Yeah.
quick, too.
but their suffering was pretty good.
Was not gonna answer. Oh.
I'm receiving word that your suffering actually is good enough
It's so delicious.
that you get points anyway.
Yes. Such suffering!
Such suffering!
Such suffering! Fluval is Trixie!
Question 9. Which of these professional wrestlers has appeared on a Star Trek show? The Big Show, Dave Bautista, The Rock,
Thank you, great one. Thank you, great one.
or Tommy Tiny Lister Jr.? Which of these wrestlers has appeared on a Star Trek show?
What delicious confusion.
Yeah.
Delicious confusion. Who is the greatest?
Nightbot says it's Grand Emperor Aquarium, the boundless enclosure, the endless fish tank.
The source from which all
Yeah.
life has been decanted. Speaking of wrestlers,
Space is the place.
I agree,
is the
Macho
place.
Man. Space is the place.
To all of you out in the audience,
Comparatively speaking to the Macho Man Randy Savage, you are nothing but garbage, yeah.
you are nothing but garbage. Also, comparatively speaking, to the
To
Grand
me,
Aquarium Empire
Fluval.
Network and Fluval, you are garbage. You are garbage. I got worried that it was has not or has before answering too fast. Don't you love him with the cat?
I
Don't
do.
you love him? Whenever he's with a creature and is just like petting it and is just like a little embarrassed about that. It's so cute. It's so cute. He's like a cat. I got a Christmas postcard from a random 1993 family from RFN. My folks put it up with their wrestling holiday cards. Yes! Such chaos! suffering, and your suffering is so delicious. Stroke me, Spock. Stroke me.
Well, let's see what everyone
Took me
picked.
forever to it's for like, they're from 1993.
3 of you said The Big Show. None of you said Dave Bautista. 7 said The Rock. 1 said Tommy Tiny Lister Jr. And all of them did except for Dave Bautista.
It's so weird, but you got a family photo from 1995? Yes! Chaos!
The Big Show played
These
an
are
Orion.
all reasons to join the Patreon.
That's true. Join our Patreon at
Random
patreon.com
families-
/ Radio Free
families
Multiverse.
for Christmas cards to put on your fridge.
The Big Show played an Orion
Paused.
slave trader on
Paused.
Star Trek Enterprise.
Yeah.
The Rock. Oh, this is loading real bad. You know what? Forget it. I'm just telling you about it. My Mind Palace is a little slow tonight. The Rock appeared on Star Trek Voyager as a Pandari champion, and Tommy Tiny Lister played a Klingon in the Star Trek Enterprise episode Broken Bow. Now, notably, they all appeared on Star Trek in the era where both Star Trek and WWE SmackDown aired on UPN.
Wow.
So it was cross promo for the network.
Wow. I knew 3 of them were right. Fool Aloof, that ultrasound photo belongs to a person in a really great band. Check out their music. Is it on that? Did I write it on the back? Holy shit, I blanked on that existing.
Bwah, bwah, bwah. Why don't we blank on over to our leaderboard where Live Long and Fuck is in first, Wrath of Ishan in second, the Federation Starship Andrew in third, Boimler Walk Run in fourth,
Great band.
Spock Tuvin in fifth, Rathala of Kanala in sixth, Beam Me Up Flotty in seventh, Fool Rengi in eighth, Nick D in ninth, Cadet Klon in 10th, Spock Tovin in 11th, Things from the Borg in 12th. That time Spock bitch slapped Kirk across the table in 13th. And in last place, right now the only player with negative points is Spoctatos. As we go to the final question, wager your points.
Wager those
The next
points!
question is about Star Trek, the original series.
Ooh. I am so excited. That's not fair. They went to bed. Suffering.
That was their decision.
Suffering. All in. I'm not sure what year my card was from, but it has Pluto the dog and someone who looks a lot like Intern Kristie.
Blog reminding everyone, you can just not answer and not lose points on the last question. But here's the thing. Are you trying to get us to go back to Kahoot so only 10 people can play trivia? Because that's how Kahoot has fallen apart.
Yeah.
Like,
The
since we left.
suffering was not remotely as delicious.
No.
Taken from 10 instead of taken from
15.
so many. 15. 15!
Which episode of Star Trek the original series was the first to cause NBC to send someone to set to regulate how much cleavage was shown? Was that Mud's Women, Turnabout Intruder, What Little Girls Are Made Of, or Who Mourns for Adonais?
It's one of 2. That is a really good gif.
These are all from Swear Trek.
It's gotta be the creepiest one. We heard about one earlier, Hookers in Space. We've learned about Adonais.
Well,
I've
no.
spoken about the name Adonais and
Yes.
that it comes from a Keats poem. It's from a poem written by some Shelley, not the famous ones,
Percy, I think.
about John Keats dying.
Yeah.
But there is also there's a person who did a bunch of fan Star Trek. They filmed the whole thing. It's really cool. And he played Kirk, and it was supposed to be an extension of the original series. And they made an episode where Apollo from Who Mourns for Adonais comes back. They meet him again in space. And he used the title, I don't remember what it was, but it's another line from the same poem, which was very clever of him, I thought.
Is that the one where Kirk is played by an Elvis impersonator?
Yes, and the one where DC Fontana wrote a script for it. Or rather, she allowed them to use one of her scripts that was unproduced.
Right, where they also got George Takei back
Yeah, they fucking got George Takei
to
back
play
for it.
Sulu.
It's really fun.
And now this is Star Trek New Voyages, and now
Yeah.
they use the set from Star Trek New Voyages
Straight
as
up.
the touring set of the Enterprise.
Can
that
we
you
pull up
see.
a picture of that before we show them who wins?
Yeah.
Abe Lincoln is in Trek. It's really cool. The shit that this guy does. Admiral Sulu by the end, yes.
They called it To Serve All My Days,
Ooh.
it looks like. And that is
Captain. He
Let's
is
see.
captain for a bit. Sharksters.
Oh no, I don't think that one has Apollo.
I love being a sharkster.
It might be the other one that has Apollo.
I can find it. I know it's in the chapter on who mourns for Adonias. Which was, oh no, that was not the woman that he hit on when he was 17. When she was 16. All right. Vic Minagong. Vic
Yeah, that's the other one. No, that's the other one. That guy's not a good guy.
Oh, never mind. Fuck him.
Yeah, no, that's not the cool one with the Elvis impersonator that brought back George Takei. That's the one with the guy who's also a Dragon Ball voice actor who sucks.
Okay, fuck him.
Yeah.
It's Pilgrim of Eternity. Oh,
They didn't know that when that
they
book was
got,
written.
but they actually got the actor. They got Mike Forrest.
Oh, they got Michael Forrest back.
Yeah. They
Okay,
got
that's
Michael
really
Forrest back
cool.
for it, which is fair enough because he wouldn't know.
Yeah. No, I don't blame him for that at all. But like, because no one knew at that point. But yeah, no,
Yeah,
he's-
Pilgrim of Eternity. But don't watch it because fuck that guy. Fuck Vic.
Yeah, he go read his Wikipedia page.
Go read it. Go read it.
It has the type of sections you would expect from a guy who sucks.
I think Mud's Women is an early episode. It is the second episode. I like that I
Well,
know
five
the
of
outfit
you-
from either ep today. You're like, what?
5
one?
of you said Mud's Women. None of you said Turnabout Intruder. 2 of you. This is Nick Dance's in the chat earlier. 2 of you said What Little Girls Are Made Of. 1 of you said Who Mourns for Adonias. The correct answer is What Little Girls Are Made Of, as documented in These Are the Voyages Star
Oh, you're right, Missy.
Season
Sorry.
1 by Mark Cushman. It is crazy how fast we copied you with this GIF.
Absolutely.
But yeah, so the correct answer is only 2 people got it right.
That's right. What
So-
little girls are made of. Let's see the outfit. They got NBC down there.
Well, and this is the robot that the professor
This
had sex with.
is the robot who had a line that she was programmed to please a man in any way. She's like, but I am programmed to please. Here's some soup. And we know she's not talking about fucking
And this
soup.
episode also co-stars Lurch.
It does. This is Sherry Jackson, who was hired because Joe DaGosta, the casting guy, had a crush on her. She was like 20, and he was a married man. All of these men are like in their 40s and
Also,
married.
given Twitch's new policy, I would just like to state she is clothed.
She is clothed. There is no implied nudity, and you can tell because not 1 inch of side boob
No.
is shown. The outfit, it's fucking amazing. It was made from kind of like wetsuit material. So there were little pins in the back because throughout the day it would get looser as it was like warm. So Bill Thice, the costume guy, had little buttons on the back so that he could tighten it up so that it would fit again and not show any side boob. Doesn't Lurch return in Next Gen as Luxana's assistant? Possibly, probably.
No, that's funny.
No?
So the original Lurch is
Yeah.
in TOS, and then
Yeah.
the Addams Family movie Lurch is in TNG.
Oh my god. That's
And
insane. Hi, Rock. That's Rock. He's an android. He was made by the old ones. Fags the other Lurch. Different Lurch.
Different Lurch.
But amazing performance given by all, you know? But yeah.
And the second Lurch, this one on screen, is also the guy from Twin Peaks as the fireman.
Mm-hmm.
Not this
They
one.
may be the same species, too. Well, this Lurch is an
A robot.
android. He's a robot.
Yeah. He's a robot
may
created by
have been-
eldritch beings.
He may have been created in the shape of those eldritch beings. That might have been what the people of that planet looked like, but who
They
knows?
don't clarify that.
Who are you to call him not Lurch?
I'm Fluval.
That's true. That's Fluval.
But-
But Blogtoven can't say it.
Yeah, I'm just saying I'm Fluval. Like,
But
that's who I
Fluval
am
can.
to call anybody.
Yeah.
But why don't we see who our winner is and see the delicious chaos that surely was caused? Oh, no, on our
In
leaderboard.
this super episode of Star Trek Trivia.
In third place, it's none other than Furengi. In second place, it's Wrath of Ishan. And in first place, your winner is Live Long and Fuck. If you're Live Long and Fuck, send us your address and we'll send you trash in the mail.
Yeah, send us your address to receive your prize.
But of course, there's also a prize
An
that
appropriate
we
winner.
all get to enjoy. Foolaloo
Found
thought
it
it was sus.
sus.
Interesting.
It's at 1122 Boogie Woogie Avenue.
Boogie woogie.
I'll send it right away.
You need more information than
But
that.
let us know. Reach out to us.
Reach out to us on Discord, on Twitch,
Discord, on Twitch.
on
This one was invented by a writer.
Threads, I guess.
Threads, I guess.
Yeah,
game, have
Instagram.
fun.
Thank you for joining us, Pacific
I love
Andrew.
the suffering. Delicious suffering. Yum,
Delicious
yum, yum.
suffering.
Join
Support us on Patreon.
to receive
And-
pictures of other people's families at Christmas time.
And you'll also
And trash
sometimes
every
get
month.
behind the scenes looks at the show that you don't
That's
get anywhere
true.
else. Including, like, a while ago, there was a step-by-step guide about how they make me able to join the show
Which is very fun.
without blowing out the camera
It's
and
true,
like, just
it's
wrecking
true. He is
everything. I'm too
mighty.
grand.
He is
That's why it's called Grand Trivia, after all, is because I'm a very grand being.
It's a little overwhelming. Most
I'm a
of the
little
time.
much. You know how they say when you look at God, it, like, kills you?
Yeah, it's like that.
It's like the
that's
arc
why I have
of
to
the
wear
Covenant.
glasses.
Exactly. That's why you have your protective goggles.
Yeah, can't you see that aura around him? That's like that's him leaking out of the form.
Yeah, look at
That
that
he is in.
leakage. Ooh, whoa, look, it even
Some
follows
Final
me.
Frontier stuff that can happen if you get too close. Yep. Why isn't Flufa wearing a Spock helmet?
Because that was a trivia question and it would have
Give it
told you
away.
the answer. But you know,
Your grandness.
I have a hat that will tell you what next week's trivia is.
Oh, you do?
That's right, true believers. Next week on Grand Trivia, it's 10 Titanic questions all about Marvel's merry menagerie of characters. Excelsior! We'll see you next week. We have your coordinates.
Here he comes. Swimming closer than farther away.